Orders are due this week at I Want More Comics and Games for many great items. Always check out our final orders due page to get your books and beat the release week rush. We work to list every available and open order comic, trade paperback, and manga, so you can get exactly what you want. Highlights this week include the start of the Quintesson War in Void Rivals, 2 great facsimile editions in Superman vs. Spider-Man and Batman the Killing Joke. See if Jason Todd gets his revenge in DC KO. Image has a unique blind bag with ratio variants from this year's books. And Psylocke Ninja starts, so pick your favorite cover. Place your order before 6 p.m. Monday night, and select from shipping options or in-store pickup. See you at release.
Yeah, hello.
Welcome, everybody. Back at it again, Sunday night.
You're here doing the things and stuff.
We got lots of stuff to talk about. One of the things that I enjoy that people might not know is that you and I don't really talk about final orders due. You do all the work and get it ready, and then I kind of go through and figure out what I think we should do. And then I use the video, because it's the first time I get to see the video on like how close we are. Mm-hmm. Every time we nail it out of the park.
I mean, I think we've played this game long enough.
Yeah, we have been working together for almost a decade, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I haven't killed myself, but you know, hey. Welcome to Final Orders Due, our show here me and Richie put on, where we highlight all the stuff that you can pre-order now that will be coming out mostly next month. Mostly. A couple stragglers get a little bit further down the road there, but why worry about when it's going to come out when you can just be prepared ahead of time? And I have new technology to talk about this week that Richie doesn't even know about.
Look at that. Okay. I like learning with everybody else.
So there's new technology here. If Richie, so we always run our business as we're trying to be fair as fair can be for everybody. And one of the things that we do about being fair is the restriction of 1 item per customer, right? Mm-hmm. If you buy this week's book, you can buy all the different variants for it, no problem at all, but only 1 copy of each. Just so that nobody's, cleaning it all out and nobody else gets a shot at it. We try to make it last as long as possible. And we try to order properly so that, we are not sold out in 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to final orders due, you should be able to order as many as you want, because I can order as many as I want. And usually there's no problems out there about getting limited quantity on any of these items that we put up here that is open order. We have in the past put up like 2 different things for like blind bags. So that blind bags, you can get, blind bags have been very popular for people to get multiples of. We've done that. I have now extended that technology to all pre-ordered items.
Excellent.
So now all pre-ordered items that you see here and all this, you may order in the quantities that you wish. Does that change much for many people? I don't think so. I think most people are doing their own personal collection. They want 1 copy. But what if you did have a case where you wanted a friend who wanted a copy and you wanted to pick up for them, and we made it too much of a hassle in the past to get the second copy, because you can either put 2 orders in or contact us to add to it. It's now all integrated into the website. So items that are available for pre-order, and all the items on the website are catching up. I know all of today's stuff is current, and all the coming weeks are going to be refreshed here by Thanksgiving. You can put in multiple quantities. My example is that here, 1776, if I turn around and I say, I want 3 of them.
Look at that.
It almost did it.
Almost.
But it isn't giving me the warning here. Whereas if I went to the new release rack and I turned around and says, oh man, that Batman number 3/6 print, it's hot. It's hot. I'm going to add it to my cart. And then you know what? No, I want all of them. It does not. It will not allow you. I promise you, I'm clicking it. It is not allowing you to do more than 1, because this item has already been released. It is in that area. You are allowed only 1. But if it is pre-orders, you may get as many as you want now. This was
excellent news.
Talked to a couple people about, just to make it easier, just so that it would all work. And I figured out a way inside the system to make it say, okay, this is allowed, this is not allowed. So we are on board with all of that.
All right. Well, we can get into chatting a bit about some of the cool items you can order multiple copies of.
Or just the one you need.
Yeah, or the one you need. Yeah.
No pressure.
Yeah. Yeah. Now everyone has to order 2. No. We might as well chat about the old stuff that's new again, right? So you mentioned it in the video. There's 2 facsimiles that I think are definitely worth talking about because they might grab the attention of a lot more people. And the first one is from DC Comics. You're looking at it right there. It is The Killing Joke. Alan Moore, Brian Boland doing excellent, legendary work, and available.
This book has always been expensive. For as long as we've been in a shop and all this, doesn't matter what printing you could find from the past. In fact, some of the other printings were worth way more than the first print.
I sold a 5th printing this week to someone that was looking for A Killing Joke. We had a 5th copy, 5th printing. It was $20.
Yep.
So you're right.
So right here is the perfect opportunity that if you do not have this in your collection, because the other option was to get, like, they've reprinted it in a hardcover format. You know, it's beautiful, it's nice, but this is the first time you've got it in the facsimile edition. When this came up and I saw that it was available, I was like, man, this is such an of course it should have been done earlier.
It really should have. I will say that I think I appreciate the foil take on this one as well. That might be a unique one if you have been collecting. Let's say you were after all the secondary prints. A foil copy is something unique and new that I think you might want to grab. So this is that, or especially a blank. I mean, a blank also has some legs on there. So that is Killing Joke, and
the other one's still in DC too.
It is in DC, and it is Superman versus the Amazing Spider-Man facsimile edition. This guy's going to be $20, but it is oversized. It is as it was when it came out originally. And it is, I mean, another iconic issue of comic books. That's one of the things when we talk about the big crossover event that we had last week with Batman Deadpool, it spurs from moments like these historic combinations of big two.
This has got 2 other great editions. I mean, well, really kind of 3. A blank would be a huge canvas for somebody to work on.
Yeah, it's a great canvas too. You're going to spend a lot of money, but man, will it be worth it.
Like a jam piece, you know, like you get several different pieces put on that. The foil edition is here so that you can turn around and do that if you'd like as foil, but they also did a new cover for it, which seems pretty obvious to catch who that is.
Yeah, feels like we know that person.
Feels like Alex Ross is kind of a known quantity there and all this. So I expect this to be popular too, because it is, I believe this is the first time that this Alex Ross has been available. So it's not like borrowed from something else he did. I believe he did this directly for this. Anyone out there with better knowledge than me can correct me, and I will be happy being wrong, but I have never seen this before, so I think that it was done brand new for here. I was going to see if they had. No, they didn't brag about it inside the description there, but both of those are available. And again, the big deal about pre-ordering those, while we do plan on stocking some of it, we kind of have a known quantity as to how many people chase down both treasury sized and that. It's Killing Joke. We're going to move the number up from that, but are we even guessing right?
Yeah.
Well, you should raise your hand now if you want to get in there and turn around and grab and not have to worry about that.
Agreed. Let's jump into a couple number ones. The first one you had at the end of the video. It's in Marvel Comics, and it is called Psylocke Ninja. Writer is going to be Tim Seeley with a great A cover with Chew on it, but all the covers are absolutely ridiculous. I think it's going to be one of those that we're going to feature on the new release show because it's just going to be what cover can you pick. This is a good opportunity to make sure you get the cover you want. When they do have really great covers, they kind of spread out a little bit and it's harder to grab and find the one you actually need.
Did you pay attention to the story that's inside this?
I did not.
So it seems easy to say that, you know, a Psylocke book would be popular, no problem at all. But
yeah, I saw Psylocke Ninja and I was already in, but
there's a whole thing going on. And if you guys are deep nerd into the X-Men culture, you know that this is Betsy Braddock. Psylocke for a long time when we saw this was Betsy Braddock inside Kawan's body. But and recently inside the Dawn of X storyline, they've kind of switched back, you know, and it keeps changing, it keeps going back and forth. But this specific story is at the time when we first its origin level for this character. So this is back when she was. It's going to talk about probably their pass through the Siege Perilous when the X-Men left Australia, and then when she shows up in Acts of Vengeance as part of the Hand there in Madripoor. So the very beginning, this is extended tales of what was going on at that point in time. What did she make a deal? What was going on? All those pieces are there. You have some pretty obvious great stuff here with the Art Germ, the Dikeron foil. I like they're calling this a trading card variant here, where they're changing up the Stormbreakers a little bit now, just so that this kind of this style. I think it fits calling it a trading card. And then we don't know the final art on this because it just has been coming out right now and all this. But in Hook Lee, Elektra is a part of the story. So this is Psylocke and Elektra here.
Okay, so that's kind of like a progression photo for later.
Yes, that is
Nice.
that is definitely not final. And then you got Villalobos and Scotty Young here on page 2. So
right,
good Lord choosing your one.
Yeah.
All this. John here talks about his choice was Art Germ on that one. And Toby, welcome to the show. Good to see you, sir.
Hello, Toby.
But good options there. I think everybody can find something that
Agreed.
for the collection.
If you're into Psylocke, you might be interested in this holiday special from Image Comics, Mirka and Dolfo's Sweet Paprika Black, White, and Pink Holiday Special. Mirka's been doing Sweet Paprika forever, what it seems like now, but has a huge niche following, and I think a lot of people might be interested in it. The thing I'd like to bring attention to is that it has like spicy covers and things like that. Those are really hard to order, and a lot of people like a couple copies of those. So I think it's a perfect time to highlight it before
this one here. This is not the art you get. It's just too hot for TV. Can't show it off. Can't be there. So definitely some solid there. This is like again, as Richie brought up, this is a one shot. So this continues the story, and again, it's it's a kind of the Sweet Paprika has been a long-standing demons and angels love affair kind of story and all that. So
we'll stick with the holiday run, and we'll jump into really quickly. Dynamite Entertainment has 2. The first one is a Gargoyles Winter Special 2025. So if you're on that train, grab one of those up.
Where's Gargoyle? Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Glossing right over it. I don't know why I couldn't see it in the middle of the screen there.
And then they also have Red Sonja's New Year's Special, which is out a little bit early, but like we said, we're not sure when these come out. They do kind of jam all these together because of shipping.
Oh, but we have dates, brother.
Oh, we do have dates. There you go.
Expected release date on this is the week before, but that's also because they don't usually put a lot of stuff out that next week because it's a big week that people skip, it's between the holidays, come in and grab my stuff so I can read stuff through, on Christmas, but then may not see you again until New Year's because I'm busy doing all the mad returning of the gifts of bad sweaters that I got and things like that.
Thanks for the call out there, Keith. Also, there's I believe, blind bag or something that comes with this one.
There is. So the blind bag here with the Red Sonja at $15. Each mystery blind bag includes 2 copies of the issue, both of which are exclusive to the blind bag. So you're not getting, again, anything repeated.
Okay.
One is the blank, and one is one of 5 unique variant covers. I wish they gave us a little bit. I wish they gave us those so that we could advertise them and say that they were inside
highlight
here.
them. Yeah.
But at least, again, what I will always praise on a blind bag is when a business like this does it and it's unique.
Unique is the big key. I would agree with that too.
It's not just a repeat in there. We can also hit in on this Fire and Ice Necron has a blind bag offering too.
Yes, and also a new number 1.
Yeah, same structure, 1 blank and 1 of 5 unique.
And Fire and Ice Necron was on my list. Sarah Frazetta is doing the writing on this, and I know a lot of people have been looking for this guy. I believe it was one of the delayed and finally recovered. So it's been a while. If you've been looking for it, it's now finally on the order cutoff date. Go ahead and jump in and buy up. You actually put this up, and I didn't know if you'd catch it, but I'm glad you did. It's just a variant I thought we'd highlight from IDW in the Godzilla Kaisera era, number 6.
So we have facsimile editions this week. We've already covered those. We also have some big homage covers.
We do.
And
this one was pretty big to me.
Well, and I think for 2 factors. It's great to turn around and see an homage to Superman 75.
Sure is.
No problem at all. I think it's well done. And you know why it's well done?
Because it's the same guy.
Jurgens Breeding doing it. No, Dan Jurgens brings it and turns around. The man who killed Superman is here with a cover about killing Godzilla.
Yes. Absolutely wonderful.
Fantastic homage cover there for $5.99. The Godzilla Kaisei era, again, is a new era. It's a new line of storytelling inside that. It has been fairly well received. There's several books that go inside that there. So,
but to that point, when you get to issue 6, we've narrowed down our ordering at this point. You know, we have a pretty good idea of who we're buying for. So if a Dan Jurgens homage cover kind of comes out of the bloom, you might want to make sure you get one, because it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to pop off on that cover particularly.
Talk about it. I hope it gets the other homage. I was trying to remember what that was. Did you put notes on it?
I don't know if I had it. Sorry.
Yeah, I know it's in my video, so I will.
Okay.
I will dig while you go into the next thing.
Absolutely. If you want to go over to Boom Entertainment, we'll talk real quick about Dan Panosian's new volume for Alice. This is Alice Forever After. This is a really unique take on Alice in Wonderland, and kind of it being more fancy and out there. There's been 2 volumes previous to this. This is the 3rd volume, and I don't know if it means that this is the last volume, but Forever After makes me feel like maybe he's done telling his story. But this is been a well-received book, and if you're interested, now's the time to jump on.
Dan has been a growing fan favorite here. You know, we love what he's doing art-wise, and he shares art duties and interior on this, but he is doing writing, and this is his cover, so you kind of get an idea about how he portrays his characters there in the Alice world. I did find the homage.
Okay, where is it?
It's in DC.
Okay.
And it's someone homaging herself.
Okay.
By the artist who did it.
Okay.
Harley Quinn in a new style outfit, doing the homage to Harley Quinn #1.
Yes.
Terry Dodson, Rachel Dodson on the art for this. So again, a popular book.
That's going to look really nice if you're a Harley Quinn collector. To have both, that's really good.
Yeah. So pointed that out in our homage week.
Excellent pickup. Why don't we stay in DC and talk about the All Fight Month? DC is they understand with DCKO that we're going to have a few pages dedicated to a fight. But what they know is everybody wants more. They're just going to want to dive in and really sink their teeth into some of these head-on-head battles. And one of the biggest ones of the entire thing, I think, is hitting on this final order cutoff. And that is going to be Red Hood versus the Joker. If you don't know much about DCKO, without spoiling anything, I will tell you that the DC characters are allowed to go full bore, all out. Guns, killing, it doesn't matter, dismemberment. They kind of get a free get out of jail free card, and so for that to be the stipulation with going into Joker Red Hood, this thing is going to be fun.
I'll say this: there's only one cover in here that doesn't have a crowbar on it.
I'm sure it's crowbar versus crowbar at this point.
Here in the A cover, you've got Joker wielding the crowbar.
Yep.
Dustin Nguyen went with a gun, but Gillian March Joker crowbar, Bermejo Joker crowbar, but Torrin Clark says, what if Jason Todd wrestles that crowbar away?
Yeah, what if he's got the crowbar? There's gonna be crowbar action in this bad boy, and it is an example of what they're gonna be doing all month long. This is the final round, but I think that we're gonna get a good example of what DCKO is all about in the next coming month.
So 8 fight month books.
Yes,
They're designed that 4 of them are one shots because like Red Hood Joker don't have either one of them have a series going on right now.
Right.
Whereas Flash versus Green Lantern is in Flash.
In Flash, right.
Lex Luthor versus the Demon is in Superman.
Making sense, yes.
So again, this is the different rounds. And if you really want to see what's going on, they've even titled it round 6, round 7, round 8.
Yeah.
Right there for this month's fight to get us down to the final 8.
Yes, I'm extremely excited for this.
if you're big into college sports and all this, the Elite 8 is how they refer to it in March.
This is the most bracket concept I've ever been focused on in my life.
many good variants there. Plenty of stuff to point out.
Absolutely. We can move over to Dark Horse, which has a really great cover for their deluxe edition of Helen of Windhorn. It's a hardcover, $60, but absolutely stunning, with the artist of the year, Burlesque Everly, and Tom King's. This is the same group that worked on Supergirl. They took over for Helen of Windhorn, won a bunch of awards, and it's now up for a really gorgeous looking hardcover book that will fit great on your shelves. Because it's a hardcover and its design is so insane, this guy's going to be out very, very far away. And most of the time what people will do is in like January, people will come to me and be like, hey, can I order that Helen of Windhorn book, that hardcover that's coming out? And I'm going to go, that order was done a month ago. So all of you listening to me right now are in the know. You can pick this up now.
They bring it up here that it's, again, deluxe and oversized, in a slipcase, with a book ribbon, gilded edges, and brand new sketchbook material. For $60, I mean, it's definitely on the higher end of hardcovers, but they put all the high-end accessories into it.
They absolutely put some work into that. So I highly suggest it if you have someone interested or were interested in that book, pick it up now. If that's not your thing, I was wondering what this was, and maybe you have more explanation, Keith. In Titan, we have a Heat Seeker Exposed Gun Honey series 1 through 4.
Yes.
And it's a 1 of 700 cosplay pack. Now, my assumption, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but because it's a 1 of 700, this won't be like the other things we talked about with the new technology. This is probably still limit 1.
So it's sitting there, and I do believe I did restrict that to 1. If it didn't, it is, again, being limited to 700. They warn us right away that we could get allocated. So how does that work? If you
what does that mean?
Something and then they don't come through with all the copies. Well, we definitely fill pre-orders in the order that they are ordered. So again, people who turn around and if prepaid first get theirs, then requests after that. And again, if 2 people prepaid and they only send us 1, it would go into whoever prepaid first. These are all 4 issues with new photo covers. So they are not, they are exclusive to this pack. They are not the same photo covers that were offered out when the book was coming out. And that's what this whole pack is. So it is 4 variants that, while they're not released at the same time, they are brand new covers for this.
It does seem like it's starring the cosplayer Grace McClung in the description there. So
yep, it is.
There you go. Thanks for that explanation, Keith.
Moving in, since somebody else asked me.
Yep. Next, we'll go to Image Comics and let's talk about this interesting 2025 stocking stuffer.
Yeah, this is just popped up this week.
I was taken back by it. I was like, what is that?
It's a good idea. It is kind of basically the best way to put this, that this is a clearance item.
That's what I feel like too.
So let's say that Image had a 1 in 100 variant for, and it's in the list here and all this. There was a 1 in 100 variant for Exquisite Corpses. Well, they printed it out as if everybody had ordered 100 copies, but that's not true. Like, we didn't order up enough to do that, and maybe the shop, somewhere else didn't order enough, but they printed an extra one. So all of those got sent off. It's listed here and all this kind of stuff. Where is that information? Or maybe that was in my mailer. These were sent to a different company who turned around and blind bagged them all up and sealed them all away and then sent them back for distribution. And what you have in here is one comic from a comic this year that is a 1 in 25 to 1 in 100, and you don't know which, and you're getting it for $20. So we would normally sell 1 in 25s for 25, 1 in 100s for 99. Like, the numbers in the deal are there, but this is the entire list of all books that could be in there. So you're a big fan of I Hate Fairyland.
Yeah.
You could maybe find one, but you also, on the flip side, could see a lot of stuff that wasn't that.
Right. So, like, I see some big winners here, like Invincible, Battle Beast, Radiant Black. There's I saw Escape, which was pretty big.
Skinbreaker's on there, Witchblade.
Yeah. I'm not like
Army of Truth. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to say all of these are bangers. Like, there's a few out here that might, but if they're 1 in 100s, there's still potential for it to have value for sure.
You will get it the minimum. It's only one comic in the bag. You will get it a minimum of 1 in 25, but you can find 1 in 100s. And again, if you look this up and you went and looked at our Author Immortal, which has like 3 issues out right now, you'd see that, well, the only ones that are possible in that is 1 in 25. And I think there was a 1 in 50 on number 1.
I can't stress enough how this bad boy is. You need to order it here. This would be a very tough one for us to figure out the number on the rack.
It is. And Fifth Wall, I agree with you. If you're reading these books and all this is a fun bonus. These are definitely, you may have seen cool covers you saw on the shelf and you just passed on them because the price tag was a little bit too high. Whereas this is a fun way to jump around in it. So it is gambling. It is the fun of the chase. It is all of those pieces together. But it is also something that they gave us. They did say that they could be allocated, but that the amount available was pretty high. So unless people just really went crazy on this, I don't think we're going to have any problem getting what's ordered for this, plus have some extras for the shelf.
Excellent. Yeah, that's a good one. All right. One I wanted to talk about to make sure everybody knew about is Absolute Wonder Woman 15. Has a bit of a cameo in it, so make sure you don't miss out on that. I'm really having a hard time remembering what's what when it comes to this comic book, but I think this is the second team up, or this might be the first. This is 14 was the first, right?
I believe so.
I feel like that's correct, but Absolute Wonder Woman and Absolute Batman are on the cover here, so that's going to be a big one to look at. You know what?
We should just read the notes. This is because you demanded the first meeting of Absolute Batman and Absolute Wonder Woman.
So it's the first. There you go. This is important then. This one's a bigger deal.
The entire Absolute universe was made in such a way that you didn't feel like you had to buy every single book and drag through every little thing. If you were just going to be a Batman fan, you could just stay in Batman and you didn't lose it. They did say that after a year, they would start crossing a little bit. But it's also, they did say that it's not necessarily, this is just jumping directly to Absolute Justice League, where all the characters are going to show up. That's something that they talked about kind of staying away from because they want each character to be able to grow in their own area.
Yes.
But if you're obviously in the same world, if you're fighting, similar baddies, you have that type of thing going on, you're going to get a little bit of a crossover. So how many of our Batman fans are going to want to jump over here because Batman's here? Well, could be a large amount.
Yeah.
Could be that we're turning around, and all this. The second chapter is announced for Absolute Batman number 16. And that will be listed on the site. Actually, I think 16 is already on the site too. So if you're looking to grab both of them, it's already listed on the site.
But this is a really interesting one because crossovers are where things get a little muddy when you're collecting, right? If you are an Absolute Batman fan and you're like, whoa, I need a Wonder Woman all of a sudden, now's the time to jump on. Make sure you don't miss.
Yep. Don't fight. Don't wait to make the call to see how big of a deal it was.
Yeah, we are out of time, but I thought I'd talk about a couple things. Honorable mention: there's a Dune House of Atreides from Boom Entertainment, a really nice deluxe slipcase. And the thing about it is that it's a pretty penny. But if you are a Dune fan, I'm thinking that they're going to do this for each house, and that is going to look ridiculously cool in your collection. So be on the lookout for that if you're one of them. There is 2 variant themes, my goodness, for Marvel, and one is easily to known as Cosmic Invasion, which is the new video game coming out next in December, I believe. So those are really cool. And the other one they don't really talk about, but Clayton Crane seems to have something going on as well. And I think it has something to do with like what Keith said when it came to like trading card versions.
Yeah, all the Clayton Cranes look like they've got a frame around them.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I thought I'd highlight those because they're not really abrupt. Like if you're a Clayton Crane fan, which I know many are, that's a really cool series to have in your PC. So, All right, that's everything I have for today.
I'm gonna hit one more here.
Go for it.
Because how many times now have we reordered all the Absolute trades and hardcovers?
Oh my God, so many times.
Absolute Superman, the hardcover and trade are here and available right now. And if you've been reading these by that, get in line now. We are definitely quadrupling our orders to what we had before.
Yeah.
But I have no idea because we would always be bringing it in and 3 days later it would be gone. So I have no idea how many people would have grabbed it too if we'd had it on the shelf. So we'll be deep on it. But if you want to make sure you're not left out in the cold, you should be getting your reservation in now.
And if you're waiting for an Absolute Volume 1, because you're watching us right here, I'll give you a tip. Look out on Tuesday.
Well, I'll give you another tip. If you come in, they'll be available. They're available now.
That's correct.
They'll be live on the website on Tuesday.
That's right.
So
they come and go quick though.
Even at that, we're still only getting them in chunks. So
it won't be here long.
But that's the blast. That's what we got for you. Thanks everyone for hanging out. We had a fun time here tonight, and get your orders in. Catch us this week as our other shows. As you guys know, Tuesday night, new release rack. Wednesday night, we got the for fun stream sale, and I should be back on Friday for cards this week.
Ooh, that's gonna be a big Friday.
I keep stumbling into some like we were getting ready for the weekend thing and all this, and it just keeps beating me up left and right. So
I bet it
should be back for it and all this, but we will catch all of you then.
All right, bye guys.
Orders are due this week at I Want More Comics and Games for many great items. Always check out our final orders due page to get your books and beat the release week rush. We work to list every available and open order comic, trade paperback, and manga, so you can get exactly what you want. Highlights this week include the start of the Quintesson War in Void Rivals, 2 great facsimile editions in Superman vs. Spider-Man and Batman the Killing Joke. See if Jason Todd gets his revenge in DC KO. Image has a unique blind bag with ratio variants from this year's books, and Psylocke Ninja starts, so pick your favorite cover. Place your order before 6 p.m. Monday night, and select from shipping options or in-store pickup. See you at release.